So today I'm going to show you how we can add more than one features in a single installer. So you know that features means one executable or one application. So that means one feature is used for configuration of full application. It may be possible like you have one suite of more than one applications. So in that case you would like to provide the user to install more than one applications through a single installer. In that case what you will be doing, you will be adding one feature per application. So that means let's say in your suite as of now you have five applications. So you will be and you would like to deploy all five applications with user selections. Then you will be just creating five features, one feature for each application. So that's the reason I am just demoing how we can do that. So first of all we need to go to this installation designer and this setup design. Here in this setup design we can add a new feature, right? So let's say I am adding one new feature. So before adding, let me what I have in my applications. So this is my .NET project, which is basically first one is my WPF application and second one is my console application. So let me show you how both of the application works first, right? This is the bin of the application. Here I am going to release. This is my application. So it looks like this. It is a user interface. I will click on this, I will get a message. Just this simple application, right? And I have one more application which is my console application. So let me show you how it will work. So release console next, right? So hi player name, welcome to my YouTube channel, please subscribe my channel and like and comment on my videos, right? So basically the player name which is being shown here is being taken from this app config in which I have configured the things. So let me show you this thing as well. So you can see that the player name is this, right? The value is this player name, this is being used. So ultimately saying what if I have to use both of these applications, I have to provide the user to install both of the or any of the applications, then I need to add both of the applications as a feature. I need to configure some dialogues which will be taking inputs from the user. So maybe I will be using a different dialog which will take inputs for this key player name, and for this WF application you know that we have already used some kind of key as well. So I need to take the value for this as well. So ultimately saying we need two dialogues, one for this and one for this. So we need to actually navigate to the particular dialog based on the feature selection. And if user selects both of the feature, or user does not go for the customization and just try to install complete suite by this installer, then maybe we need to showcase both of, or we need to set both of the dialogues in a sequence so that we can take both of the things from the user for both of the applications, right? So ultimately saying we need to add one more feature. As you know, I have already added one feature for the WPF application. So for this application we have already added one feature, and for this console application I need to add one more feature, right? So what I can do, so first thing is that I will be adding new feature. Second thing is that I will be creating a property which will be used to take input from the user for the second application's key, which is this one. And third one is that I will be creating a new dialog to take the input from the user, or I will be using existing dialog, but I will be showing or hiding the controls which are particular to this feature. So same thing could be done with this. So let's say if user selects the console feature, does not select the WF feature, then in case on that dialog we may need to hide the controls which are relevant to this particular application. So we ultimately we need to decide, or we need to decide whatever we based on this feature selection, right? So all these things I will be showing you right now. So let's move to this. First of all, we will saying how the application is working as of now. So if I just try to check how this application will show me the dialogues. So firstly verify this thing. So as you can see that, let me just check. Yes, I have checked. Yes. So yes, you can see that we have a license agreement dialog. After that we have destination folder dialog. After that we have a customer information dialog. After that we have setup type dialog. So ultimately saying if the user, if I add a new feature which is console specific, then after that, if let's say user tries to use complete feature or complete setup, then I should be able to prompt a dialog which is specific to both of the features or all available features, right? So in that case, let's say if I just update this dialog by adding one more label and one more text box which will be available only for the second feature, and I will need to also provide the condition on this label and this text box, so that only when this WPF feature is also selected, then we will be showing this one, otherwise hiding this. So we need to do some kind of decision based on the feature selection, right? And after that, you know that you are using normally ready to install welcome, ready to install dialog. So ultimately we need to do some kind of efforts for this. So let me start with these changes. So I will getting one more feature, which is my kudos console. And I think I need to keep name without space, make a name without space, right? This is my name, and I can use a display name would be different from this one, right? So I can say that kudos kudos console application, right? Now description is that install right remote installer as it is this destination. So I can just change the destination for this thing. So let's say my install area this one. I can create one more folder inside this, maybe inside this new directory would be like kudos console, right? So this seems a good name for me. So this would be my destination. Install level is 1, display this, advertise, allow, required no, release flag no, nothing like that, comments, and so ultimately saying I have configured one more feature, and inside this feature I'm gonna add let me just check what are the files in this component in this release. So as you can see that there is only one exe or one configuration. So what I will going to do, I will just some big simple, I will be just adding one component, only one component, right? And destination would be, you know that I need to use the same destination which will be Robins and then kudos console right here. The files will be placed here. Now no permission, component code is this, share yes, permanent no, condition this, local no, language this, evaluate. So ultimately saying let me just verify the platform supported by this installer, so which is 64-bit, right? So what I will be doing, I will just try to, I can make this 32-bit component because with 64-bit installer it will be supported 32-bit component. So but I will like to use the 64-bit as of now, right? So yes, anything else need to be done? No, I think no. I will be just adding files here. So you know that the I need a key name for the exe file, so that's the reason I will be just adding the file via add file option, right? And here this is my file added, right? So we have a key. Now for this file, you know that I will be just adding through XML so that you can understand the XML things as well. So I will just import the file, and one more thing, let me try to do yes. So let me try to do this thing for this configuration. Import, next, browse. This would be dev config, this one, next, import, right, finish. Okay, so component is this. Let me just try to change the component. I'm just not going to associate this thing with that component, right? So and the selected feature is this one. So we need to configure these things manually, right? And the browse, so ultimately I need to configure the install dir as well for this thing. So I mean where this file will be placed, so I am using these things and just configure these things. File name is this, advanced. You know that in advanced I need to just uncheck all these things, and I just need to check the component associated with this. So let me just check where it is being associated. This is the file name, right? Okay, this is the file name. Advanced, so nothing here, like that. Name is this, and if I just expand it and just start changing things, then I don't think anything, I don't see anything special which needs to be. So I will be just updating for each node like this way. So update first matching element only should be selected, and remaining 3 or 2, immediately 2 checkbox should be unselected, right? So this makes the perfect things. Now I will be doing this thing as well again. For the same thing I will be doing this even for every child node. I am doing this, and for this one as well. Okay, so it's done. Let me go to general tab. Here nothing to change, here nothing to change, here to change something. So before changing I need to create a property. So I will be taking some value like what should be that, their name or subscriber. I can just keep the name subscriber, and here I will be just making default value as a blank, right? I'm going to this XML file. Here I will be using the property. So you know that to use the value of property we need to keep property name in the bracket, right? So this will evaluate the property value, that's why I did it, right? It's done, right? Anything else? I think nothing to do right now, right? Okay, that's done. So component name is this. Let me just delete from this, and maybe I can, if I delete it then the file will also be deleted, right? Okay, so ultimately saying I need to okay, no worry, I got this point. So ultimately I was showing like if we add a file through XML, then the component will be get by default. We cannot associate it to the existing component. So this is the drawback with this thing. So ultimately, we need to suffer with this thing. No other option. See, component name is created by default. We do not have any options to change the component name, right? So no worry, I will be just changing things by default, right? These and these again, and this one, right? Console, and adding other things, uncheck, and for other things, check, uncheck, uncheck. Check, uncheck, 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 and then right. So it's done now, and I need to just update the value. So oh no, control chat. So it duplicated. Oh no, delete. Right, now come to this. As I said, the property name should be kept in the brackets, nothing else execute, right? Done now, right? Yes, done. Okay, so now I need to uncheck it. Only one feature I have to support through this, and everything is right. Now there is a one more component inside this, which is this. So you know that I have kept everything already, and this will I will be keeping as a yes, and here I will be adding this file again. So I tell you reason for adding this file. Reason being, the file which we added through XML is just a change. We are providing the file, but we have to add the file which will be changed later on based on the Excel configurations. So that's the reason we added this file. If we do not add the file here, then that file will not be included in the project, right? So we have added. Now we have to verify these changes first. After that we will be making changes in the dialogues, right? So I'm coming on that part. Let me to just open the installer. So now verify or just observe the things on the setup type dialog. I'm just running this just for that cause. So here you will see the complete and custom. So in custom you will be seeing one more component, one more feature. Right, in the feature, let's see Kuros console application. This is the name which we have provided already. Features description is it will install Kuros console application which you can use for your video watch. So ultimately we have given the description for that. This is the install to path. So this is the path we have given already in the component. Now if we expand, or we can select based on the conditions, right? Now let's say if we click on next, then what should happen here? Or let's say if I just uncheck it and I just go next, then which dialog should be happen? So I'm not creating new dialog, I can create, but I will be simply just updating the existing dialog and will show you how to apply conditions. So basically let me come to that point first. So we have a dialog in the dialogs, and the dialog is like application configuration. Here you can see the behavior, you can see the interface of that dialog, right? Okay, so see, this is the name of user and this is the value. So what I can do is that I can create one more label here, and by the name would be like right? And I will be adding one more text box. Here I will be taking the value from the user, and you know that the property name I kept is this, in which I will be taking value from the user and I will be using it in my XML configuration, right? So this is the value. Now if feature okay, come to this one. If feature WPF application has been selected, then I would like to show these two control and will hide this if only feature kudos console application has been selected. Then I would like to uh, show this one or this one, I mean these two control, and these two control will be hidden. And in case both of the feature or complete features installation has been chosen, then I would like to show all of the four controls, right? So for that course, what I need to do is that I need to provide some conditions on this on these controls for the hidden or showing case, right? So what will the condition? So okay, come to this point first. So what I will be doing is that I will be just going to the behavior. First of all, I will be just checking the name. So I will be giving useful name or kind of good name which I can understand properly. So name of user label, right? And this is my subscriber name. And this is my name of user, add it, right? And this is subscriber name, add it, right? So both of have been renamed. Now going to the behavior. So where is my name of subscriber, name of edit? So you know that we can show or hide the any control via these condition tab at the bottom. So we have gone to condition tab. Here the action would be when to hide, right? And the condition would be based on the feature name. So now let me introduce the new rule to provide the condition based on the features. So basically, let me go the text box. Let it to open. Okay, it's opening to open. So first of all, condition would be like ampersand, then feature name, right, and then equal to 3. This expression says that this feature name has been selected, right? So the feature name would be the node name, like C, this is the feature name, WPF underscore application kudos underscore console underscore viewer. This is a name which I am referring here. I am not referring this display name, I am referring these name, right? So if I just make these things and how it would look like, I will just copying this name, I will be just writing this way, I will be copying this name as well, writing this way, right? Now I came to this dialog. Now you know that this will be hidden when there is no, I mean this selection is not being selected, I mean this feature is not being selected. So I will be writing like this way, when it is not 3, right? And hide, I will be showing it when WPF application feature has been selected. Same situation or same conditioning would be here. Height and now show. Oh, sorry. For show, I need to keep equal. Right. Name of user edit. So ultimately, this is the edit. Okay. Correct. Conditions are correct. Okay. Now come to this point. I will be using this condition, which is this one. So for that cause, I will be just keeping height and I will be using show, and for the height I need to use not equal. Right, so I've done this. Now same thing with this. Height show, this is the condition. Right, now let me to test it first. Right, open it. I'm hoping it should work, but let's see. Custom, next. Okay, I think there is no any dialog which will be shown after this custom setup, so I need to configure this. Let me configure this as well. Okay, so I need to go to the custom dialog, right? Custom setup here. Sorry, in the behavior, not in this. In behavior, go into the next. Here you can see that events, and for the custom, okay, I need to change it. And this would be like application configuration, right? Now compile it. Run it. Custom, and now next. So you can see that both of the all four of the controls are being shown because we have selected all both of the features. Now going back to this, I will be just unselecting this one. Right, now going next. See, only the console specific control has been shown, nothing else. Going back, and next I will be just selecting this one but unselecting this one, and next. See, the subscriber specific control has been hidden. Right, now going back, I will be just unselecting both of the features. So what will happen? Nothing is being shown here. Right, now going back, I will be selecting this one and next. So all features has been selected by default. Right, so ultimately saying the condition which I told you can be used anywhere. Like let's say the condition which I told you like this way, these conditions can be used in the dialogues conditions wherever applicable for navigation user interface. Also we can use the conditions in the custom actions. The custom actions are used to run some custom code. So basically we can divide like which custom code should run for which feature. So we can use the same conditions I have used in the dialogues. And also we can use some other way like uh, some other things wherever you see the conditions and you think like there should be some conditions like based on the feature selection, so you can use this. So ultimately I told you the syntax for using the feature is specific condition, right? This is a condition is specific feature. Now let me just show you one demo. Like let's say if I just select one feature, then how the installation will go, and if I select the another feature, how installation will go. So let me just show you this thing. Okay, go back. Now let me just open the folder where the application will be installed. So I just went to this C folder, program files. Oh, let me know. Okay, this is already here. It seems like this is because just uh, this was permanent one before in my previous demo. I know that, no worry. So I'll just continue. Should be deleted, right? Okay, done. Now next, custom. I will be selecting WPF1 and we'll check what applications I get. I will be writing here something like sugar, right? Next, install. So it is installing only WPF application, not the console application as of now. Which time is happening? Oh, half an hour. At the same time, I don't know why, but I need to work. Let it to work. Let it to work. So it is, yeah. Finished. Done. Now let's see the files which were installed through this installer. So you can see that the only WPF application were installed, right? Now let me just uninstall this application first and we'll try to install only the console app feature. I think it is not going because I have a component or which was previously made permanent. So what I want to do is that I will be just doing one quick fix for this thing. The fix is like I will be going to setup design. Here I will go with this feature, and this feature I will go to this component. I will be just changing this component code, right? It will work perfectly. I will be just compiling it, and before compiling I need to close this, right? Done. And Now before installing it, let me just check there is no Ola kind of things. I will just install it. This time I will be installing only console application. Unselecting this one, right, going to next and required subscriber. So this is my Sachin Tendulkar. Next, install. Finish. Let me just verify. Now verify things. We don't have any kind of WPF application file here. Now in console we have file console application. If I just open this, then you can see that hi Sachin Tendulkar, welcome to YouTube channel, right? And if I just open this, then player name has been changed, right? So this was the way which I showed you earlier. Now what I will do, I will just install it and will check whether the fix I applied will work or not. I mean to say, I am just expecting that after installation this Ola New Year folder should not remain anymore here, right? Remove. Let's see. Okay, great, it's gone. Right, now let me try one more option, which is complete one, right? So I will not go into the custom. I will be choosing complete and will verify whether both of the features are being installed or not, right? Complete one, right? Next. Okay, so hello Rahul, right? Next, install. Finish. And as you can see that here we have folder, in folders we have these WPF application specific files, and we have these console application file, right? So you can see everything has been perfectly corrected, right? And if I just uninstall it, I will be expecting like it should get uninstalled properly with the folder removal as well. So let me try to do this. What's happening to next? Move. Something is problem, right? Sorry. So finish. So this is done. So ultimately I shown you how we can add the new feature, how we can support more than one feature. Feature is basically an particular executable, so we can add more than one executable in a single installer. So a single installer will be used to install more than one applications. Apart from that, I have also shown you how we can choose any kind of, or how we can take decisions within the installer based on the chosen installer. So this is how I shown you. Let me know one more thing, which is my recommendation. So recommendation is that this is the way I have shown you earlier, like this is the syntax to make the selection of to decide based on the selection of particular feature. And yes, this is done. Thanks team. You can use this condition in customization dialog as well, right? Thanks for watching our video.